Good morning, crew, and happy Wednesday. So today we got 5 blocks for y'all. You definitely want at least a set of dumbbells, maybe an extra set as well, something slightly heavier. So today's going to work. First block, 45 seconds per exercise, 2 times through. That weight is optional for this first one. We're gonna go a nice wide squat, bring the feet together for that narrow squat, and then step it wide. Again, everyone's range of motion for wide and narrow are going to be different, so just think slightly outside the hips and then slightly closer together. We then go into that lateral halo. So we step it out to that lateral lunge, shift that weight down and back into that hip. When we drive it up, we get that weight around the head and then we alternate sides. Remember, we're trying to move through the shoulders and get as close to the head without moving it as possible. We then go in that alternating single leg deadlift. Again, that weight is optional. We're going to hinge at those hips. Nice and straight, drive it up, and then switch sides. Again, we do it 2 times through, 45 seconds per exercise. Let's get ready with those squats in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Nice wide squat, feet together, narrow, stepping it wide, stepping it narrow. Again, focusing on wiggling those toes, hips going back, squeezing those hips at the top. Notice how those knees do not knock together, even when they're close. We got about 10 seconds to go in that lateral halo. In 3, 2, 1, lateral halo. So I lateral lunge it, taking that weight around my head for the halo, and then switching sides. We can keep those shoulder blades down back, not hitting that head. We got 15 to that single leg deadlift. Looking solid. Alternating single deadlifts in 3, 2, and 1. Hinging at that hip, straight line head to heel, drive it up. Again, everyone's range of motion is different, so find that flow that works for you. Again, we should not be feeling this in that low back at all. We've got about 15 seconds, then we go back into that wide and narrow squat. Let's get ready. We got that wide to narrow squat in 3, 2, 1. Sitting it down, driving it up. Again, always fully open those hips at the top. Looking solid, team. We got those lateral halos coming up in 3, 2, 1. Lateral halo. You can get nice and close. Looking good, team. Got just over 15 to that single leg deadlift. Team, we got those alternating single leg deadlifts in 2, 1. Hinge at those hips, drive it back, and squeeze. Oof, Looking solid, team. Less than 30. Oof, finding that balance. Solid, crew. We've got just 3, 2, 1. Taking that breather. Second block is going to be all arms. If you joined me yesterday, it's that same bicep round. So we're going to grab onto those lighter weights. We got 30 seconds for movement. We got 30 seconds bicep curl. Drive up, control on that way down. Elbows in that rib cage. Palms face in, hammer curl. Palms face down for that reverse curl. 30 seconds per. We got it 2 times through. Let's grab those weights. We got bicep in 2, 1, drive up, tempo down. And shoulder blades down back. Elbows in that rib cage. We're just gonna get those arms working. Looking good, team. We got those hammer curls coming up in 3, 2, 1. Hammer curl, palms are facing in. Elbows stay where they're at. Just 15. Let's get ready for that reverse curl in 3, 2, 1. Palms face down. Drive up. Control down with that tempo. Again, we're coming up on that halfway part. Specifically, those biceps should start to feel something. We got one more cycle of this. Let's get ready. Bicep curl in 3, 2, 1. Palms are facing up. Control them down. Again, if you have that heavier weight, you might find a need for a break. If you have that lighter weight, still keeping up with that tempo. 15 till we hammer. Let's get ready. Hammer curl in 3, 2, 1. Hammer it up. Control it on down. In just 30 seconds. Looking good, team. We got that reverse curl coming up. In 3, 2, 1, reverse curl. Last 30 seconds for that break. Solid, team, keeping it here. We get that break in just 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and shake it on out. So for this next round, everything on the 45 for 2 cycles. We start with those weights in those arms, elbows tucked in for that good morning, that hip hinge, meaning we feel butt back legs. And then we press those arms back, come back, stand it up. So again, we should feel butt back legs, back of arms, elbows don't move. Stand up, squeeze those glutes to open up those hips. That takes the squat to shoulder press. We hold those weights up, sit down nice and low in that squat, exhale to drive up. Then we press it up overhead, control it down. Again, you can always go wide or keep it narrow depending how those shoulders feel. Then we take it to the ground for that scorpion bridge. Weights are optional. Drive up those hips, reaching over the opposite shoulder, all the way back down, switching sides. Again, those dumbbells are optional for that exercise. We got about 10 seconds. Let's go ahead and get ready. Good morning extensions in 3, 2, and 1. Good morning. Butt back legs. Extension back of arms. Driving it up. Again, feeling it through that hip hinge, butt back legs. Pressing it back for those triceps. Opposite what we just worked with on those arms. We got about 15 to that squat to shoulder press. Team, let's get ready. We got that squat to shoulder press in 3, 2, 1. Sit down, drive up, press, control. Looking good, stopping at that 90 mark. Again, you can always go wide if that feels more comfortable. And you might want to speed through this with Nene. Make sure it's 2-part squat to shoulder press. We got just 10 seconds to that scorpion bridge. Crew, we get that scorpion bridge in 2, 1, scorpion bridge. Drive those hips up, reaching over, all the way back down, swapping sides. Looking good here, crew. Here we got about 10 seconds. Then we stand up, go all over again with that good morning kickback in 3, 2, and 1. Hinge it back, press it, drive up and squeeze. Looking solid, keeping that flow. Again, really focusing butt, back of legs, back of arms. We got 15 to that squat into shoulder press. Let's get ready, squat to shoulder press in 3, 2, 1. Sit it back and down, drive up, squeeze, press it up. Again, focusing on sitting back in those hips, squeeze the top. Fifteen seconds here. Looking solid, team. Let's get ready. We got that scorpion bridge in 3, 2, 1. Scorpion bridge. Drive up, reach over, all the way back down. Looking good, team. Come up to the last 15. Keep those hips moving all the way to the ground. Back up. We're going to get that break in 3, 2, and 1. Taking that break, shaking it out. So block number 4, we're going to do 45 seconds per exercise, 3 times through. We start with that animal push-up, so think plank position, wider feet. Sit those hips back, drive up, push it up. You know, we always push up from knees or from toes. That takes us onto that right side plank hip dip. I'm be on my knee or that heel, dip those hips down, drive up. We want to think shoulder over elbow and really use that oblique squeeze on that way when we come up. From there, we go into the bridge pullover. So usually with heavier weight here, weights by those hips. As hips go up, weight comes up and overhead. Bring it all right back down, landing in those hips. Then we'll go into the left side plank, hip dip, same as before. So crew, we got about 10 seconds till we start this up. Again, 45 seconds per exercise, starting with the animal push-up in 3, 2, and 1. Sit down back in those hips, drive and lock it into that push-up. Looking solid, team. Again, sitting it back, drive it forward, pushing up. We got 15 seconds here to that right side plank. Let's get this ready. We got that right side plank in 3, 2, 1. Right side plank, hips sky high. We dip down, drive it up. Again, we want to try and keep shoulder over elbow on the ground, squeezing both hips forward as we move up and down from the ground. Go to about 20 seconds. And we got that bridge pullover. Let's get ready for that bridge pullover in 3, 2, 1. Bridge pullover. Again, everything's down as we drive up through those heels. Weight goes overhead, right back down. We should feel this butt back legs, not the tops of those legs or those quads. If you're feeling it in those quads, walk your feet away from your body and squeeze butt back legs as you go. Solid, team. We got just 15. Left side plank, hip dips are next. In 3, 2, and 1. Left side plank, hip dip. Again, shoulder over elbow. Squeezing both hips square to that wall in front of me as I go up and down. Looking good, team. We got just 10 seconds. Then we're gonna go back into that animal push-up. In 3, 2, 1, and we'll push up. Nice high plank, sink it back, drive up, push up. Looking good, team. Crew, let's get ready. We go back to that right side plank, hip dip for 45 in 3, 2, 1. Right side plank, hip dip. Here we can be on knee or on that heel. Looking solid, team. Just 15. Let's get ready for that pullover. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bridge pullover. Drive up, squeeze. Control on down. Looking solid, team. Keeping it here. We got less than 15. Let's get ready. Left side plank hip dip in 3, 2, and 1. Taking it up and down. There we go. Getting my heel all the way on. Solid, team. So we got one more cycle of these exercises before that break. Just 15 till that final animal push-up. Let's get ready. We got that last animal push-up, 45 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, sit back, drive up, push up. Looking good. Best effort here. Less than 30. Just 15. Team, we're gonna go on that right side plank in 3, 2, 1. Right side plank, hip dip, 45 seconds. Then we can always go on that bottom knee if we need to. Looking solid, team. We get that bridge pullover coming up next. In 3, 2, and 1. Bridge pullover, crew. And driving up at those hips. All the way down. Keeping it flat. Looking solid. We only got one more exercise after this, and then we get that break. And those hips should be traveling straight up. Squeeze, and right back down. Last couple of seconds. And left side plank. 3, 2, 1. Left side plank. Dropping those hips down. Driving it up. Solid work, team. We got about 20 seconds till that break. Squeezing that oblique as we go. Team, we get that break in 3, 2, 1. Catching that breather. So, last block, we're gonna do 3 rounds through. First round, everything's on the minute. Second round on the 30. Last round on the minute. We start with that alternating pop squat. Meaning you sit down in those hips for that squat, jump it up, facing the opposite wall, jump back to neutral, and repeat. That option here, give you that squat, and just pivot on that one leg to turn, and back to that squat, taking the jump out. We then grab onto that dumbbell for that hip swing. So again, on this one, you want to remember those deadlifts for the butt back leg. Lock out those shoulder blades, core tight. Snap it back, drive it forward. Locked out right here at the top. Every time I hinge back, my weight is going to be up by that groin, hands right between those legs. At the end of that, I'm going to go down for that double crunch, where I drive my knees and elbows together. Exhale, extend out. That option goes on the ground for that sit up. And then I've got my plank. Knees to elbows, that's what it is. Okay, so for this plank, it's gonna be knees coming up to those elbows, back to that plank. Option, step it forward, step it back. The goal is to not move those shoulders, keeping shoulders over wrists, core is tight. Let's start here in about 10 seconds. Shake out what you need, starting with those alternating pop squats on the minute. Crew, we take it up in 3, 2, 1, sit down that squat. Pop and rotate, back in that squat. Pop and rotate. Looking good, team. We're coming up to that 30 down, 30 to go mark. Remember, sit down in those hips and back every time we land. Drive it up. Looking solid, team. We got that dumbbell swing coming up next. In 3, 2, 1, dumbbell swing. Hinge back, snap it, drive it, squeezing at that top. Again, we're pushing that butt back, just like that deadlift, to feel it in the butt back legs. Option, if you just keep feeling that low back, just give me bridges. Focus on those hammies and glutes. We got 30 down, 30 to go. Last 15. Then we go on that double crunch. Crew, let's get ready. We got that double crunch in 3, 2, 1. Everything extends out. Drive up, squeeze, extend it out. Again, here, we're gonna feel it in that core whenever we bring knees and elbows together. The lower we take the legs, the more core we're gonna have on that extension. As always, the options keep the heels on the ground. You're doing more of that sit up with the top half. 30 seconds till we do this in a plank position. Come up on last 15. Let's get this ready. Plank position, knees to elbows on the minute in 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna hit that plank, step hop those knees to those elbows, drive it back out. Again, that option might look more like this. Just find what works best for you. You can take those breaks if you find that you need them. $30 down, 30 to go. Last 10. Let's get ready, everything on the 30 with those pop squats in 3, 2, 1. Get low and drive up. Looking solid, team. Keeping those legs moving. 15. Crew, we got those swings in 3, 2, 1. Hinge back, snap. And squeezing that core, shoulders back. Just 15 till that double crunch. Let's get ready, double crunch in 3, 2, 1. Double crunch, drive, elbows to knees, extend out. Just 30. Looking good. We flip it over in 3, 2, 1. Plank, knees to those elbows. In just a quick 30, then we go into that final round, everything on the minute. Let's get ready for those pop squats in 3, 2, 1. Sit it back, drive it up, and switch. 60 seconds here. Let's keep that drive, crew. Coming up on 30 down, 30 to go. Team, just 10 seconds. We're going that dumbbell swing in 3, 2, 1. Dumbbell swing on that minute. And we should not feel this in the low back at all. Butt goes back, snap and squeeze. Looking good, team. Get an excellent snap. We got 30 down, 30 to go. Just 15. Let's get ready, double crunch on the minute in 3, 2, 1. More minute, double crunch. Drive up, squeeze, extend out. Less than 120 seconds to go, then we're done. Looking good, team. Let's get ready. Plank position, knees to elbows. Here we go in 3, 2, 1 minute. Here we go. In and out. Again, take it to that march if we need it. Try and keep shoulders right over those wrists so they ain't moving. We got 30 down, 30 to go. Last 15. Looking good, crew. Keeping it here. We got just 3, 2, and 1. Whew, let's shake it out. Thank you all so much for playing today. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Thursday.